As I'm showing my desktop here, we have OpenBridge Designer. That's the software we're going to be using, as well as we have OpenBridge Modeler with the green icon, and also we have OpenBridge Modeler with the blue icon, kind of a standalone. We're going to explain later why we have that. Um, and then also we have OpenTunnel. That is not the purpose of this course, but we also have installed that. So as we launch OpenBridge Designer, I give double click and the software gets launched. Right? So I just want to go very quick because I just want to get into the software. But OpenBridge Designer, we need to create a new OPDX file. That's the extension. So let's create that. I'm just going to create it anywhere again before going into any class. So call it test. And this is what it creates. It creates an OBDX file. Let's call this kind of a shell file that will contain our entire project, right? So that's a standalone project, being workflow. Okay, we're going to go through all of that later. I just want to show you what is the basic MicroStation commands and the workspace that we use in this case, New York State DOT. So I'm just going to go very quick. Just going to create just one standalone group. Let's call it that. Again, explanations will come later when we really get into the software. I just want to get into the CAD environment called OpenBridge Modeler. So we call that an OpenBridge Modeler. The modeling part, when we're going to model our 3D bridge, it's going to start. And here we go. Now, in your installation, we're going to select the workspace. Again, we're going to explain what our workspace is later. And I'm going to create just a new file. I mean, select the workspace, making sure it's that. And we're going to create just a test file. So anywhere else, I'm just going to call it test. And I will have the CAD environment on me. So as I said, we are going to explain you first the basic commands that we're going to need to create uh, a bridge, but then get a little bit familiar with the MicroStation environment that opens to us. Okay, so saying that, let's continue. Let's review the basic of this CAD environment. First, let's kill all the other windows that may show up a little later as the software came through. So, right. So let's go with the basics. Um, Mostly in MicroStation, as OpenBridge Designer, OpenBridge Modeler in this case, works with the MicroStation platform. So let's go with the basic commands. Almost everything is mouse driven. So to the left mouse button is called data point. So when we need to select a command, execute a command, we set data point. So data point is, of course, the left click. So video view, data point, right? The right mouse button is the reset. If we want to reset a command, quit of a command, so we go reset, or right mouse button. Tentative, it's the wheel. If we press the wheel, then it's the tentative command that we rarely use in the OpenBridge environment. As looking at the screen, these are what we call workflows. So we are now, for example, in the data point, left click, in the drawing workflow. So as you can see, the ribbon changes, and the commands are grouped into different tabs. If we want to go to the open bridge workflow to place a bridge, so we go data point, left click, open bridge modeler, and we have the ribbon changing in the commands that we use in open bridge. Again, going to the basics one more time. Let's go to the drawing workflow. So basically, here are the MicroStation to the operations. So we place a line, for example. So left click, data point. We place a line, left click, and left click, and we got a line. And the commands get sticky, so we need to be placing lines. I can do that, or I can quit the command, so I can go reset, right click. Okay, so I just place a line. I place an arc, a circle. So here, depending on the configuration of your ribbon, I can place a circle with different methods. So left click, I can type dimensions or not. So left click and quit the command. So I just place two cut elements. To visualize these elements, we got views and the typical commands. Zoom in, left click, left click, left click. So keep zooming in. I want to see the entire file. So I can go fit view, left click. I can control the visualization as well, or the zoom in options with the wheel going up and down. I can use the pan command, left click. Right? So these are the basic operations, window area, left click, left click, left click, left click. As you can see, the command gets sticky. Right click to exit. Let's go feed view one more time. And these are the commands, and these are the elements that I just placed. Okay, so, and then you are willing to explore all these other options. Like any other CAD software, I can move elements, left click, select, left click. I can copy elements. As you can see, the snap is automatic. So left click to select, left click to copy. I don't want to copy more, so right click to reset the command. I can modify elements. Left click, grab it from what is called the snapping points, as you can see. So I snap, left click, and move it. I can break the elements in two. I can extend to a certain intersection, for example, place line. Right click, and then I want to extend to the intersection. So I want to extend this line, left click to that element, left line, left click, and done. So I can do all these operations, and again, you're more willing to learn about the basics of MicroStation just by reviewing our MicroStation basic MicroStation training manual, or just playing with the commands here and see what they can do. Some of them are pretty simple and self-explanatory, like place text, edit text, right? Some of them are a little bit more elaborate that you may need certain instruction, right? So, like the section callouts, for example, that we're going to review later. But these are the basics to manipulate any, I would say, bridge configuration. And these, remember, are drafting commands. I'm saying they are drafting commands because these elements will have properties, right? Some software call it level layers. We in MicroStation, we call it levels. And these levels are defined here. So these are levels that we have in our software. Now, why we have that many? Who created those? Well, these are part of the configuration in the software, and they are the configuration, the user configuration as well. And all these settings and configurations, symbologies, colors, type of lines, and all of that are part of a bigger setup. And this bigger setup is called a workspace. Okay, so we're going to explore this a little bit more. I just want to show you that these are the levels that we have, right? So if we need to place a certain line with a certain level, so we just look for it, select it, and now every line that we place will go to a specific level. Now, as you can see, when I select the levels, these levels are assigned colors and these are locked. There is a special setup called by level. So the full definition of an element is, as you know, the layer or level, what color it is, what line style it is, what thickness it is, right? So every time we need to place a line, we need to change the level, the color, the line style, and the weight. However, in our definitions, we got the option to lock that. So as the setup is locked, I don't need to change the color, the weight, the line style. I just use whatever is assigned to the level itself. So if I select this level and I place a circle, so then it will come automatic with the line style, thickness, and color that the level has assigned it to. Okay, so that's how we place elements into specific levels. Now, as you can see, there are many, many levels, right? So which one we assign to the element that we draw, usually software like OpenBridge will assign them automatically. So it will know because of the setup that the administrator has done. He knows at what level the columns will be modeled or drafted, the footings, and so on. So, but this is, I'm going here with the very, very basics. This is all the levels that we have. So we need to place a utility telephone line. So this is the level that I select, and then I start placing this. Okay, now, again, this is very basic. Usually the software that we use, OpenBridge, OpenRoads, they take care of that automatically. But again, we're starting from the very basics here. So this is, I would say, in the CAD standards definition, this is the lowest level of element configuration by level, color, line style, and thickness. Now, if I need to modify this level, let's say I made a mistake and I want to change the symbology, well, we have the drawing options. We have the option to change attributes because that's what they are. So I can change the attributes and say I want to change the level of the line that I just placed to something different. And I want to change not only the level symbology, but the color, the line style, and the weight. I select what I need, and then I just change it. And then now, because of the level properties, the line is changed automatically. Okay, so I can do that to any of these elements.